It's called, I call it the Ultra Maga plan. And the Ultra Maga Republicans, the Maga Republicans are under my predecessor, the great Maga King. The deficit increased every single year he was president. The first year of my presidency, the first year, I reduced the deficit, literally reduced the deficit by $350 billion.
Are you a MAGA Republican?
Yes. President Biden taking zero responsibility for high inflation.
MAGA Republicans?
Yeah. The great MAGA king. Did you hear that?
Oh my god.
It's like, I feel like it's in some sort of movie and he's like, I don't know, like the troll lord or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, the great MAGA king.
I'm just imagining, like, in their minds, they think Trump is like fucking Thanos or something.
I know, he's like assembling the Infinity Gauntlet. He's gonna just wipe out Earth as we know it. All existence, all humanity, just gone with a snap of a finger.
Right? Like, they have nothing to talk about because Trump's pretty MIA. Like, he's just golfing. He's just doing his own thing. He's off Twitter. And they're like, we need to remind people that if they vote for Republicans, they're going to be ultra MAGAs.
Well, and the other thing is, like, you're calling him the great MAGA king. You think he's going to be offended by that? He's going to be like, well, I am the great MAGA king.
Exactly.
So, like, he's not going to be offended. So I don't understand the point.
Also, like, do you understand you're saying he's the king of making America great again?
Yeah, right?
Like, you freaking idiots. Oh, darn. I'm the king of making America great.
You know, Biden did call all Republicans extremist MAGAs, you know?
I will gladly wear that hat.
MAGA is the extreme alt-right. We're all, you know, trying to take women's rights away, etc., etc. Hello and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the monotony of daily life. But hey, that's okay, because sometimes that's exactly what you need in this crazy world. My name is Cory Estreen, and always I'm joined with my fiance and co-host, Taylor Huff. How are we doing tonight?
I'm good.
You're good. We got a lot to talk about. It's the monthly scoop.
So many things have happened.
Yeah, the May monthly scoop. There's so much, and I still feel like we're forgetting some things.
Oh, we're definitely going to miss half of the things that happened this month, but
yeah, that's okay.
We'll get to the majority.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking an Alani Nu Cosmic Stardust energy drink.
Well, with a drink that's named Cosmic Stardust, it's got to be yummy.
It is good. I don't know exactly what this tastes like. Now that I'm thinking of, what does Cosmic Stardust taste like? I don't really know.
It tastes like something out of the Avatar movie.
I see what you did there. Yeah, I have no idea what it tastes like, but
it's all right. It's kind of like, it's weird.
But it tastes good. It's got 200 milligrams of caffeine. It's sugar-free, and it's got biotin, B6, and B12 in it.
You know what else is sugar-free? Gridlock.
Freaking disgusting. No, sir. No. So these are good. These are my favorite energy drinks ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like, well, obviously the Starbucks ones are good. Gridlocks are fine. I don't know. I'll drink anything, to be honest, at this point.
You're really not picky. You just need the bump.
I need the juice.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking, I think you brought this home.
I did bring this home.
Bud Light Seltzer. It's the cherry limeade version. Here you go. Popping for you guys, because that's what you need. That's what you wait for. Yes.
I like that one. It's a good flavor.
Yeah, it's not bad. Ooh, that cherry really comes on strong.
It's kind of like it tastes very much like Sonic. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You just need that over some Sonic Ice.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonic's a little stronger though. Those freaking the
Those get real sweet.
those are super. Yeah, I'm like, holy crap. Before we start the show, make sure that you go right now and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Strive Nation Pod for all the coolest content on the internet. And for you visual people, head over to YouTube and smash the subscribe button and like every video to show that you care. But first,
Upvotes and downvotes.
ladies first.
My upvote is spending time with you, sir.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
Thank you.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch me sweat.
Sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Out in the
Yes.
sun,
Yes.
baked into oblivion.
We went to the Tennessee Renaissance Festival yesterday, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never been to a Renaissance festival, so it was excellent seeing, lots of loincloths. I'm just kidding. It was saw lots of axe throwing, bow and arrow, jousting, throwing stars.
Yeah.
Lots of cool stuff. Cool food. A lot of the dress ups and cosplay and stuff was really neat.
Yeah,
just the
super
whole
cool.
thing was really. It's like stepping into a fairyland, is what it is.
That's exactly. There were fairies.
Yeah, there were fairies.
They were running around and they were having a tea party. It was adorable.
And everyone gets to identify as they wish. We saw cats identifying as cats. Not wearing shoes.
We saw mushrooms.
We saw mushrooms.
I did see several men in dresses.
Yeah. It's very interesting, the types of people that go to these things, but
It's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I had a blast. It was just really hot.
What's your upvote?
My upvote is I got invited to a very secret society.
But you're telling everyone.
Yeah, I mean, no one here is going to know, but it's called Effigy Circle. It's like this special invitation to this $100 million basically mansion in Las Vegas. It's an NFT collection. It's like a whole bunch of private investors starting this NFT collection. Mm-hmm. And we're having this masquerade ball very in cool. 2 months. It's very cool, but it's like an expensive ticket to get in. So we'll see, but I was invited to it
nice.
To mint the NFT. So it's Jake Paul's former manager who invited me. So it was super super odd to talk to a millionaire on the phone. But yeah, it was good. It was awesome. What's your downvote?
My downvote is that I have been very tired from work lately because we've had lots and lots of very exciting things happening. But I've just been running nonstop. By the time I get home, I'm just pooped, and I've been taking an after work nap. I've been so tired.
Yeah, but you need it.
But I don't want to take a nap after work.
I feel like we're both really tired right now.
I know.
It is what it is.
The other day, I went to bed. I fell asleep before 8 p.m. and then woke up at 1 something, fully clothed on the couch.
Yeah, that's about right. It's really messing up my sleep schedule, too. That's why we got some melatonin. Hopefully that should help.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take some of that with you tonight. We're going to drug ourselves and pass out.
Yeah.
What's your downvote?
That turkey leg. You forced me to get one at the Renaissance Fair.
I did not force you.
You forced me. I bought one. It's $14, and it was not a good buy. I was not satisfied with it. It's a gimmick. It's just everyone wants to eat a giant turkey leg and hold it up and eat it like a monster, like a freaking ravenous tiger just tearing apart flesh. That's what people want, or a Viking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could have lathered it in barbecue sauce or something. It would have been better. But those euros, though, that euro was the best euro I've ever had. I will trade a euro for a turkey leg any day. That was that good.
I love how the food stand we went to had chocolate shakes, falafel euros, and then turkey legs. A very random menu.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty random.
Yeah. I like the
all
turkey
good
leg.
things though. Yeah, I know you were getting into it.
Yeah, it's keto.
Right. It's just meat, right?
And it's just a lot of meat.
It's freaking meat.
Give me the meat.
Okay, let's get into it. Your monthly scoop. This is episode 10. Here we go. Taylor's got some doozies of stories for you.
We have so many.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with the big one and just get it out of the way. Roe v. Wade. The decision was leaked by who knows, probably a liberal intern, just saying. So the decision was leaked that they're going to probably overturn Roe v. Wade. And people are panicking and going absolutely apeshit for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, you guys probably know about this one. It's very controversial. A lot going on.
So
most people don't actually know what Roe v. Wade is or what the implications of overturning it are.
I was going to say, so the implications of Roe v. Wade being overturned means that the federal government is not going to set guidelines on abortion. They're kicking it back to the states, as they should, because we have a federalist government where each state is allowed to make their own rules.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to make it more local because different communities see this subject in particular differently, and it's good to live by the certain values of your communities. Yeah. America's founded on a whole bunch of diverse groups of people, so if your state does something you didn't like, you can always move to another state. There's 50 others.
Yes.
You know?
There's plenty
of
other places.
And you can move to, you can stay in your state if you like it or move or, you know.
You can also just go visit another state that has an abortion law you like and get an abortion and then come back to your state.
Well, that's the other one thing. Do you have to be, because otherwise people would just hop borders just to do
can.
that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing as like, say you wanted to go smoke weed. When you go to Colorado,
I gotcha.
You can smoke.
Well, so
you
people
can't
are
bring
really
it back
freaking
to your
out.
state.
Yeah, people are really freaking out about this.
I think we can all assume what our opinion on abortion is. But
yes. Actually, you probably don't know, but Taylor and I differ slightly.
Oh, we did have a discussion. We as we were sitting in line at the Renaissance Fair in
traffic,
we had an hour-long discussion about abortion.
Yeah, it was good, but we'll talk about more of this later too, because
spoiler alert, our next episode has something to do with this. So,
yes,
we are going to talk about it more in like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Put on your calendar.
It's going to be really controversial, so just
people are going to hate us. Whatever.
Bear with us. I'm just kidding. If you're listening, you probably like the content already, so the few of you that are left are holding the stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyways, Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Leaked decision. No one's concerned about it being leaked. As of right now, there's no really investigation into how it was leaked. However, people are protesting the justices' houses.
Yeah, like Kavanaugh. Because, he's a rapist, so.
Oh, my freaking God. Yeah, okay, with absolutely no evidence, and then people backing out of their witness statements, being like, oops,
right.
Actually, I don't want to go on the book for that.
And then one of the made-up ones saying it was all a lie.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bro. And people still think he's a rapist. That's the worst thing, is like all these leftists still think it could come out where like it was all a lie by everyone. They'd still call him a rapist.
I know.
Like, I hate people.
Me too. But they're protesting at the justices' houses.
Yeah.
Which is really redundant because the whole point of having a Supreme Court is that they're appointed for the rest of their lives so that they can't be swayed by outside opinions. They don't have to fear re-election. They don't have to fear whatever president's coming in next.
Yeah, but that is the modern progressives' only play into getting what they want is by fear and by force.
Bitch and moan and cry about it.
Yes, and leak things, and to get mass cancellation, mass followings, the vocal minorities to speak up and like bash you, cancel you, ruin your reputation. So that's why it got leaked. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what you said. It's probably by a liberal intern that's just like, oh, I found out, and then
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, that's the only way they can win on these things. How the saying about the left, if they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all.
That's good. That's funny. I like that one. Okay, so our next story hits very home for Cory and I. So Kiel, Wisconsin was in the news.
Before we move on, do you want to talk about how you feel about protesters protesting at people's houses?
I think it's fucking stupid.
You don't agree that they should be able to protest at people's houses? Do you think that's stepping above the line a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the equivalent of doxing. Like, I don't think that's right.
Well, and also, here's the other thing. How did they know that they were protesting at the houses of these justices? How did the justices...
Wasn't there information leaked?
No, it was given out by you remember? It was given out.
That's right.
Wasn't it given out by the news or something to
I
these
thought it was
people?
given out by Psaki.
Not her. I don't know if it was her directly, but it was her station. Gave it out to everyone.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Right, yeah. And then she basically she wouldn't condemn them. She
Oh,
excused,
that's what happened. Yeah,
she excused them, saying, "Well, they're frustrated. That's what they always excuse it."
The public courtyard when it's convenient for them.
Well, I don't have a problem with you protesting, but it's at what point is it not protesting and then it turns into actual harassment?
Yeah.
Because now you're in someone's space by their home where their family lives. That's a step above.
That's
it's
my
not
thing.
just I don't care if you meet them in public and you have your
some
thing
choice
or whatever.
words.
You have some
Yeah.
choice words and you have your signs or whatever. But when you approach someone's house, like their safe place,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
I 100% agree with you. I think that's crossing a huge line.
Well,
like they have wives and husbands and children, and they already have to worry enough about their family safety. And now their family, like their kids can't go take the dog outside to poop because there's protesters out there. And it's a fear of, what if someone tries to shoot me? What if someone tries to, I don't know, throw a concrete milkshake through my gate?
Yeah, and the worst part about it is now all of these justices had to teach their dogs how to use the toilet because they just, they can't bring them outside. I'm sorry.
They should teach Amber Heard.
I had to make light of it. They had to teach him.
They should teach Amber Heard.
Yeah, stop pooping in the bed. Stop laying dumps. But yeah, I don't know. Jen Psaki and her station releasing those, not cool, man.
No, I don't agree with
Not
that.
cool. That's a huge problem. And then her not condemning it. It's the same way they wouldn't condemn the riots. Mm-hmm. They'll condemn January 6th.
Oh, up and down.
The quote-unquote insurrection all day long, which wasn't even technically really that bad in comparison to all of the riots that lasted a year long. Mm-hmm. But then, I don't know. It's always a double standard. That's pretty much the lesson here. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, so Kiel, Wisconsin, which is very close to where Cory and I are from. I actually used to teach dance over in that area. I have a sneaky suspicion I know who the person this story is about. So 3 8th grade boys are going to be charged, they're facing sexual harassment charges for using the wrong pronouns for a transgender student.
Wow.
Yes. So basically what happened is this student, she is biologically female. She's identifying as the pronouns they, them. I don't know what she identifies, but those are the pronouns she wants to use.
Okay.
They, them, unicorn, same difference. So those are the pronouns she wants everyone to use. These boys were not using her quote-unquote correct pronouns of they, them, and they are now facing sexual harassment charges from the state.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
I definitely don't agree with it. I think that's ridiculous. There's also...
It goes back. Here's the problem. It goes back to, okay, are people going to be upset if they don't address me exactly how I want? I can't control what everyone's going to say about me.
Exactly.
Does that mean I get to jail everyone who doesn't like it or have the state sue them? Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. Get over it.
Yeah.
We
have freedom of speech in the U.S. for a reason. Well, we're supposed to have freedom of speech.
Well, and hate speech doesn't exist. It doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
Freedom is, you can say whatever you want. You can think that they're mean for not being nice and using her pronouns. They're also fucking 8th graders in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Wisconsin.
Yeah, they are being probably bullies about it and being stupid, but you still don't get to have the state sue somebody like that.
Why don't you, have a punishment for these kids for bullying this person instead of charging them for sexual harassment?
Yeah, on the grounds of bullying, maybe. I guess it depends on what they're actually doing.
Yeah, but, okay, have these kids, do detention or whatever for bullying, not have them charged with sexual harassment at, how old are you when you're in 8th grade?
I don't know.
Like 13?
Yeah, 13.
So 13-year-olds are going to get charged with sexual harassment and have that on their records for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking bullshit.
I mean, they're not. Like, did they even go through puberty yet? Can they actually?
Probably not.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So good thing is that one of the moms of one of the boys being charged with this immediately went to the news, which I think was really smart to get this out in the open so people can... Obviously, people are going to think that the boys get charged, and there's a lot of people that think it's absolutely ridiculous. But some interesting facts is that there was kind of possibly some back and forth bullying of each other. So the boy his mom was interviewed, and then he gave a statement, said they used her biological pronouns of she, but she was screaming at one of Braden's friends to use her proper pronouns, calling him profanities, and his friend is very soft-spoken and just sunk down into his chair. Braden, finally came up defending him, saying he doesn't have to use proper pronouns. It's his constitutional right to not use them. You can't make him say things.
He's correct.
First of all, you're very smart.
Yeah, right?
Eighth grader.
You're a very smart 8th grader.
You're smarter than most people I know.
Yeah, right?
Way to go about knowing your constitutional rights.
Yeah.
Way to go for sticking up
Compelled
for your
speech.
friend. Yeah, you can't compel speech.
Yeah.
You can think it's mean. You can punish these kids for bullying, but you can't compel speech.
Right.
Like, it's not a thing.
And
then,
here's the other thing. If the kid's not doing anything, you can't force him to say something. If he's not bullying him, there's nothing you're going to do that's going to force him to say that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah. And I think I know who the transgender kid possibly is. And knowing her, I would not be surprised if she was screaming and yelling at him.
Yeah, probably. Like, are they very...
vocal?
Boisterous?
Yes.
Yeah, flamboyant type?
Yes. And their Facebook, their sister's Facebook, their mom's Facebook is very much like...
Makes sense.
BLM. Like it, yeah, they're very vocal on their like leftist woke ideology.
Right.
And very much like, if you're a Republican, you're a terrible person. So if it's who I think it is, I'm sure she's getting bullied a little bit, but I'm sure she's dishing it right back.
Right.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah. We'll see what happens if they actually get charged or not, or if the state will be smart and actually drop it. The Kentucky Derby happened this month.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Kentucky Derby?
It's a derby in Kentucky.
Do you know what a derby is?
It's a horse race.
Yeah, there you go.
Woo!
Good job. Expert over here.
Yeah, there we go.
So, Kentucky Derby happened. There's something that's really spectacular that happened, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. So, obviously, specific horses are pulled and get to race in the Kentucky Derby, right? Just like NASCAR and car races, same kind of spiel. So, one horse last minute had to drop from the race. So another horse was drawn to get put in its place. So that means this horse did not meet any of the qualifications to race in the Derby originally, and that got pulled in last minute. And that was Rich Strike. Rich Strike ended up winning the entire Derby.
With that horse.
The horse's name is Rich Strike.
Oh, Rich Strike. Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Complete upset. People are like betting on this horse just to be funny, because it's like, no way in hell will this horse ever win. Like, this is gonna be painful to watch this horse do this race.
And then he destroys everyone.
And then he pulled out, about like 3/4 of the way through, and then fucking demolished.
Very cool. I like underdog stories. That's awesome.
Very, very awesome.
Moving on.
Yes. So we had the Women's March happen.
Yep. Another great big story. But the thing is, none of them actually know what women are. So.
Yeah, nothing really.
Yeah, lots of women's marches, but no one, for some reason, can't define what a woman is. Okay, so here's the thing about the Women's March. All of these women that are going, they're protesting like women's health and their ability to have abortions, basically, right?
Yeah.
But they can't tell you what a woman is, because if they do, it goes completely against their belief that anyone can be a woman. Mm-hmm. Because any person can birth now. So they're happening all over the United States.
Basically, I don't think there's anything productive that comes out of it.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm all down for empowering women, but I think the motivation behind it is wrong. I don't think they're
Yes.
empowering women the right ways. I think it's for impure motives.
Mm-hmm. What I have seen on social media, like I have weeded out a lot of my social media, but there's people that I like to follow because I really like their fashion and that kind of stuff. And there's one influencer in particular, she lives in DC and she went to the march and she was like bragging about going to the march. And then she was bragging about being on the footage. Like you can see her on the White House footage protesting. And she's like, you can see me on there. Like this is going to live in the news forever. And I'm a part of history. Like bragging. I don't know.
That's what it's about, you know? It's
really
about attention.
Disingenuous.
It's about what do they call that? I mean, it's attention seeking. It's impure motives. It has nothing to do with women, honestly.
Yeah, like if you really want to do if you're really like pro-abortion, like pro-killing babies, which is ridiculous. Like, okay, so go, I don't know, volunteer to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Like why don't you donate? Okay, instead of spending all the money to go travel to one of these marches, why don't you take that money and donate it to something?
Yeah, it's
like why don't
it goes
go
back
work
to the
in a
idea.
women's shelter?
Yeah, it goes back to the idea of protesting be a very shallow form of change.
It's about you. It's not about who you think, quote unquote.
Yeah,
it's
virtue signaling. It's this is what I believe, and everyone should see me doing this, and I'm a good person.
Yeah, I disagree with it.
Yeah,
More
I mean,
than that.
and I mean, and all the other things, the real crazies about like women screaming out, "I'm eating babies," and all this random stuff.
It's disgusting.
Well, they're just creepy and weird and crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on.
Moving on from crazy ladies.
Yeah.
So NATO and Sweden are talking. Sweden wants to join NATO now,
Cool.
but they're historically neutral, you know?
Yeah.
Sweden's all about staying neutral and neutrality and not getting in the middle of things.
Not giving a fuck.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Sweden kind of like voiced their opinion a little bit when Russia invaded Ukraine. They like, for the first time ever, made a statement. And now they're like, oh shit, we're not neutral anymore. We need protection.
Oh, dear.
And now they want to hop into NATO.
Of course. That makes sense. Makes sense.
Right? Like they got a little too boisterous and they're like, oh shit, now we need help.
Yeah.
Just in case. So yeah, they might be joining NATO. I mean, NATO is kind of redundant anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't even understand why it's around anymore.
It's for the U.S. to pay for everyone else.
It's like the WHO.
The WHO?
The World Health Organization.
Oh, yeah.
Why are they around?
To make zombies.
To pretend that Taiwan doesn't exist?
You're not wrong.
All right.
I got some pop culture news.
Go for it. Yeah, I know you got to fill our brains with this filth.
We're talking about fashion, okay?
We're talking about Kim Kardashian. Give me a break.
We're talking about the Met Gala, bro.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. You can
Okay.
melt these people's brains.
Do you know what the Met Gala is, sir?
Yes, it's an American lexicon of fashion.
Okay, no, you're wrong. So, the Met Gala happens every May, and it's this huge event that celebrities go to, and it's kind of like a costume-themed gala, and all the money raised goes towards the funding for the costume exhibits at the Met.
Oh, would you say it's a lexicon of fashion?
Oh my God, sir. So, every year, they have a different theme. I'm going to beat you up. Every year, there's different co-chairs, and they develop a new theme. So this year's theme, because of COVID, we just had a Met in September or October. So this one was kind of like a two-part series. So it was America, a lexicon of fashion. And this half of it was specifically the Gilded Age. So this is my thing with the Met Gala. I'm going to go on a rant. People don't follow the dress code, and it really pisses me off. You are given literally what you're supposed to. America, a lexicon of fashion. The Gilded Age. So the Gilded Age is the time in the U.S. when, you know, there's a lot of political corruption.
Political corruption.
There's a lot of political... Oh, my goodness. Cory's licking the microphone. The most unproductive person ever.
Continue.
The Gilded Age was a time in the U.S. during the when America was having a ton of industrial revolutions, and there's a lot of political corruption in a lot of influencing of money, kind of like that kind of vibe, right?
Karl Marx.
No.
Okay.
Gilded Age fashion was also was corsets, was very luxe fabrics and coloring choices, huge bustles in the back. Think, if you don't have anything to reference, think I don't know, Bridgerton, okay?
I've never seen it.
I know you've never seen it. I'm talking to maybe...
Oh, you're talking to the people.
The people.
Talking to the people. Just think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
No, she is not a lexicon of fashion. She's a lexicon of trash.
But she wears blood.
Her fashion's hideous. She has no fashion taste.
At least she's got big eyeballs.
Well, there's that. So, the dress code was very clear, and people still don't fit the theme, and it makes me very mad. But I do want to talk about two people. Blake Lively, my queen, my favorite person on earth behind Cory.
That's crazy.
I freaking love Blake Lively.
You like Blake Lively more than you like Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
What?
They're married to each other.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, but Ryan Reynolds is so cool. How can you like her above him?
Blake Lively is even cooler than Ryan Reynolds.
Disagree.
No.
Disagree. They're not even close to being as funny. He's hilarious.
They troll each other.
Oh, I bet you they do, but he's hilarious. She's
okay, whatever, bro.
I don't watch her in movies.
I freaking love Blake Lively, and she's one of the co-chairs for this year. And her dress fit the theme perfectly. She worked with the designer to make sure she exactly fit the theme. So, if you would like to see a picture of how it's supposed to be done, you can see Blake Lively. Her dress was modeled. The bust portion had designs that were replicating the Manhattan and New York skylines. And her dress was teal and then kind of went into this bronze color. And then when she got to the top of the stairs, there was a reveal and her dress went from the bronze to this teal color, because that's what happens when things are gilded. When they're bronzed, they turn into that green teal color. So she's literally the Statue of frickin' Liberty. And the crown that she wore, the headpiece that she wore was designed to replicate the Statue of Liberty and had 13 windows, just like the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing. She can do no wrong in my eyes.
Okay.
And then there's Kim Kardashian. So she sort of kind of not really did the theme. She wore Marilyn Monroe's see-through dress, the one that she wore for JFK's birthday, like the one where she's saying happy birthday. Iconic dress. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Well, it's basically completely see-through. She had to get sewn into this dress. And she's saying happy birthday to JFK in front of Jackie Kennedy. And it was this huge scandal because then that's when people kind of put together that obviously she's sleeping with the president. And for the time to wear a dress like that was insane. Like, she should have been arrested for indecent exposure. Anywho, Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn's actual dress.
Wow.
There's a lot of controversy around it. First, because it doesn't fit the theme of Gilded Age. You're about 80 years off, lady. Second of all, she crash dieted to lose 16 pounds 2 weeks before the event to try and fit into the dress. So people were like, crash dieting, wow, we don't need to, teach teenagers that you should do that to fit into garments.
I think that's the least of our concern when we're teaching children how to WAP.
Well, no, I agree with you, but I don't think it's adding any good.
Well, no, it's all,
that.
I don't think you can get the freaking societal expectations for women any worse, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, they're kind of as worse as they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, that was a whole thing. And then historians were really pissed that she wore the dress because Marilyn was literally sewn into it. And it was specifically designed for her. So now that
you think it was forced, kind of?
It was forced, but also that's a historic garment. That is true historic American fashion. And she wore the dress, so she stretched it out. You ruined the dress that was designed for Marilyn Monroe.
How is she allowed to wear it?
Ripley's, believe it or not, in Orlando owned the dress, and they allowed Kim Kardashian to borrow it. She wore it for how long? She was on the carpet for only several minutes in the dress. She couldn't even fit into the back of it, so that's why she wore the white jacket that Marilyn also did, but she never took that off because you would be able to see in the back that her ass was not in the dress. And then she snuck into an entrance and then changed into an exact replica.
I hate it.
So this is my thing. Just wear the replica. Like, why did we have to risk this historical piece of
Because it's not about the historical piece of clothing. It's about her.
Well, it makes me mad.
Yeah, I know. I hate people.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to my very long rant about the Met Gala.
It's
I
good.
will wait a year to do it again.
The only thing I got out of all of that is that Ryan Reynolds popped out and everything was better. Okay.
Oh, my God.
The crypto stock market ecosystem, the financial American ecosystem is crashing, friends.
Oh,
Everything
no.
is down. We're down 90%. There's no gains here. We're all going to die.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. We're not all going to die. But crypto took a big dump, like bigger than freaking Amber Heard's dump. And anyways, one of the main blockchains, I mean, of course, aside Bitcoin and Ethereum, Luna had a problem with its stablecoin being pegged to the US dollar, dumped all the way from like $120 a coin down to less than 0.3 of 1 cent.
Wow.
Went from $18 billion market cap to, I think, 1.5 million.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's a 99% decline in market cap. So anyways, people freaked out. People lost hundreds of millions of dollars because of this crash.
Mm-hmm.
Freak out crash because it's a lot of controversy around it and some conspiracy that the government was behind it to cause harsher regulations for stablecoins, that it was a hack on one of the weaker blockchains that couldn't sustain, not even a hack, like a loophole that they had theorized about and then attempted to do. Because of that, crypto plunged. Bitcoin's down 50% on the year. Ethereum's down like 45%. They're all down 30%. Like the whole market just took a huge plunge. Went from 1.8 trillion down to 1.2 trillion. $600 billion swung out in like less than 48 hours. It was a pretty horrible crash, but it's only up from here because more regulation is going to cause more retail investors to get in. It's like people who are into crypto are using cell phones in a time that everyone else is using like your flip phones.
Oh.
Your smartphones in a world where everyone is using flip phones. It's a matter of time. So pretty much everything will be digitized and put on blockchain. Digital ownership is the next stage of internet. Web 3 will take over Web 2, and it'll make our lives better. Decentralization, personal ownership, it'll be a good thing. But also the stock market took a huge dump as well. So everything's taking a huge dump because of inflation. So it's not surprising, but it only can go down so far. So yeah. And that's your Crypto Corner market news.
Thank God we have you to tell us what's going on in the world.
Well, it'd be different. The people who know are the people who are losing money, so...
Does that mean you're losing money?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's losing money.
Oh, my goodness.
It's fine.
Alrighty. So, I am fired up today. I don't know what my deal is, but I'm fired up. We are going to talk about 3 different shootings. They all happened in the span of 2 days of each other. We're going to talk about them. Then we're going to talk about how they're all differently covered by the media. So, shooting in Milwaukee after the Bucks game. So there's 21 people injured. There was 3 shootings that night in Milwaukee. So, like, craziness ensued, right? There was 11 people ranging from the age of 19 to 30 that were arrested. And then there was 10 guns that were recovered. And the main shooting that happened outside of the Bucks game I can never say the stadium. What's the stadium's name?
I don't know.
Oh,
don't ask me. I don't know anything about basketball.
Oh, okay. Well, outside the Bucks stadium, the main shooting that occurred had the most injuries. No one was killed that we know of yet. The police reported that it was groups shooting each other. So we can't assume that it was gang-on-gang violence, but it was groups shooting at each other. It wasn't just one person shooting into the crowd at random. Then we have another shooting that happened in a Buffalo grocery store. So what we know so far, because this one just happened, so there's still a lot of news coming out, and what So what the media has told us so far is that 10 people were killed and that it was racially motivated. Not sure how it was racially motivated yet. That's just what they're saying. It was a white teenager, shot mostly Black Americans. And then he also streamed his shooting on Twitch. It was only live for about 2 minutes before Twitch caught it and took it down.
Wow.
So that's 2 of the shootings.
Well, okay, what else we got?
Okay, last one.
Because remember how many episodes that we had where every single episode, was it last year, was a shooting episode?
Yeah.
Literally every one, and we haven't had one in a long time.
We haven't had to talk about it in a while.
And now, all at once, all these shootings are happening.
I know. It's because it's getting warm out and people get crazy.
People are just crazy in general these days.
That's true. So, last one. There's a shooting at a California church. There's 1 dead and several injured. And the news said that most of the people that attended the church were Taiwanese, but they didn't say it was racially motivated or anything like that. So, shootings obviously in general are terrible. You don't want anyone to get hurt. You don't want anyone to die. People should not be shooting other people, right? What I have an issue with these 3 stories, they're all tragedies. And the only one that most of you know about is probably the Buffalo shooting, because every news media company in the world is covering it because it's racially motivated. And that pisses me off.
I agree. Pisses me off too. That's because the same thing we always talk about is the narratives they want to push. You know, white on black crime.
Exactly. They're going to push the
white
on black
guy
crime.
shooting black man.
They're going to push the narrative of a white kid having mental instability and how he shouldn't own a gun and how we should have. Oh, the kid also shot everyone with an AR-15. So, everyone's going to talk about banning those.
Oh, of course.
So it's completely, the media covers what they want to cover to push certain agendas. They're not talking about the Milwaukee shooting, even though it was in a huge, giant crowd after a fucking NBA basketball game. Because it was groups shooting at each other. It's most likely gang-on-gang violence. And that doesn't push the narrative of, we don't talk about Chicago and how many shootings there are there because of gang violence. Like, we don't talk about the ones that push the narrative.
If they did, they would talk about Chicago, and they never talk about Chicago.
Exactly. No one talks about Chicago and how there's shootings constantly. Yeah. Children being killed by gangs. No. We're not going to talk about black on black violence.
Highest amount of deaths in Chicago in the last 25 years?
I think it was 25, 30. Yep. Yeah. And the California shooting, it took place in a church. So no one's talking about the people of that religion. I think they're Christians. So no one's talking about Christians being, targeted for shootings. And race was not mentioned once besides saying that people were Taiwanese. So I'm assuming it was another Taiwanese person. So again, it doesn't push the narrative of crazy white people. That's the end of my rant. Care to add?
I agree with you. You pretty much covered everything. It was a nice rant. It was filled with lots of rage.
Energy drink is kicking in.
Yep, filled with facts and
thank you.
Spot on articulation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Did you hear it happen in Alabama?
I did not. I don't hear anything these days.
Sir, an female Alabama jail police officer helped an inmate escape.
He's probably her baby mama.
Yeah, I think they were definitely together. No, I'm not even lying. It was
I know. That's why it's funny.
It was a male inmate and it was a female police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she helped him escape.
Yeah.
They were missing for several days. And then when they got found, she committed suicide.
Sounds lovely.
So she...
What is a life?
Huh?
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. They be climbing in your windows, snatching your people up.
Oh my God.
Trying to rape them. So you need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husbands, because they raping everybody out here. No one's going to understand that reference.
I think everyone should understand that reference.
You think so? They climbing in your windows. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's get into something kind of neat instead of all this rape and baby killing and shooting and...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Avatar 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Came out.
It looks pretty good, no?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks decent. Not as smack in the face as the first one because we didn't really have anything. James Cameron made something revolutionary for the time, but I don't think this time is necessarily the same.
No. How far movies have developed in our technology now, it's like, this is going to be...
Oh, it looks good.
It looks
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
I'm not like, I need to go see this in IMAX right now.
Well, it was a true experience the first time, right?
Exactly.
And this time is it'll probably be a great story, but not the same effect.
Watching the trailer just makes me want to watch the first one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, it's a much different time today than it used to be. You know, these types of experiences. You know, it's hard to blow people's minds these days.
Yes.
They're so spoiled, especially in America, with the experiences that we get. Mm-hmm. So
here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be any woke agenda pushing?
I guess we'll see.
Avatar
I mean,
2?
it is James Cameron, so probably.
I think it will.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it's going to be a lot of the first one, how they were starting to like colonize the planet.
Right.
I think they might. I'm very nervous that they're going to go like real woke.
Well, if they will, I mean, everyone will call them out for it, so.
Hopefully.
Speaking of beatings, I'm just kidding. Johnny and Amber, the trial is still going on, and it's funny. Because Johnny Depp is really funny person, and he wears awesome rings, and he wears awesome glasses, and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
And he's just funny, and Amber Heard's lawyers are really bad.
They're idiots.
So yeah, it's a great experience to watch those trials.
Yes. So the week we just finished, this is coming out we're recording this a little early, so there might be more updates. But we just finished watching Amber take the stand. We haven't seen her do a cross-examination yet, which I'm so excited for. That happens this week. But she has been posing for cameras while she's on the stand.
Yeah, did you watch her blow her nose and then pause?
Yeah.
So
she
funny.
Literally blows her nose, and then she hears the click, 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 and she stops and literally poses. Hears click, 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 and then she puts her tissue away. I'm like, how? Okay, if you're a juror, and you see someone do that that's claiming victim status, do you automatically assume, no, they're not a victim? Because that's what I think.
I don't know.
You're posing for a fucking camera.
It's so much a joke already anyways. I think everyone sees where this one's going.
Yeah. Also, did you see the conspiracy theories about her doing coke on the stand?
No.
So, Amber has a history of being addicted to drugs, specifically cocaine.
Okay.
Even though she said that she didn't do coke with Johnny.
Okay.
But she has a history of doing coke. So, whatever. Lie about it if you will. But how she takes her Kleenex, she literally closes one nostril and then takes a big sniff.
Oh, I'll have to see this. We'll have to zoom in.
This? Okay, go watch this. I'm sure you can Google Amber Heard coke on stand and it will pop up. But it is wild. She has her Kleenex, and instead of
blowing,
sniffling like that, she literally closes one nostril and takes a huge, like she's doing coke. Like, it's very obvious.
Okay, well, I gotta see this. This will be good.
Yeah, and then she has a metal water bottle that we all think is filled with alcohol. So she has a regular water bottle, metal water bottle. There's videos. She's talking to her lawyers, has the metal water bottle in her hand. As soon as a police officer comes over, she takes it and stuffs it into her coat.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. It's really weird.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But that's fucking ballsy to just do coke on the stand.
Yeah.
While you're talking about him having a jar of coke.
Oh, hell, Johnny.
Johnny's the man. I feel bad for him. He's also flirting with his attorney in front of Amber while she's on the stand. And it's fucking amazing.
Why is the rum always gone?
That's pretty good.
Baby formula shortage.
Yes. There's a baby formula shortage right now. You know, because we have an awesome president.
Yeah, so people are rationing their baby formula to their children.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is, because apparently, everything's on shortage, including
feed your babies.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yep, yes it is. And you can thank... Wait, what? Where am I? You can thank Joe Biden for that.
Yeah. So, hopefully that gets resolved shortly, or we can get some assistance to those moms. Yeah. Sorry, those birthing people.
Well, I mean, honestly, it is a problem, because if they don't solve that soon, I'm going to have to switch to hard food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Your stock's getting real low.
So funny. Okay. What about Lake Mead? You got a weird story about Lake Mead.
Okay. I just am a weirdo, right? And I find this fascinating.
Yeah.
So Lake Mead is right outside of Vegas. And right now they're suffering from this really severe drought. So the lake is basically shrinking, right? Because all
Yeah,
the
because
water's
the water is,
evaporating
Yeah.
and like there's no water left. Okay. Because this lake is suffering such heavy drought, bodies in oil barrels are washing up on shore
Well, that's a problem.
from when the mob used to run Vegas.
Are you sure it's not modern bodies? I'm just kidding.
No, they're like super decayed.
Right.
Like so decayed they can't
Wow.
figure out who these people are.
Like they look like zombies?
Basically.
Ew, that's gross.
Yeah. So Lake Mead was suspected to be a mob dumping ground for bodies. Like literally what you picture in the movies with
Right.
like the bricks and shit. Yeah. And bodies just keep washing up in these barrels.
That's horrible.
I know. So if they don't get rain, there's just going to be more and more bodies.
I mean, that is also kind of hilarious. You'd think eventually that'll get dredged out or something.
Yeah, that's
but
my
no,
question.
let's just leave it down there.
Like, are the police just like, we really don't want to open that can of worms, so
Yeah.
we're just never going to dredge that
There's
lake?
just way too many bodies.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It wasn't dredged because they didn't want to uncover it because a lot of the police were probably
In the pockets.
In the pockets.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. And
for
that's
sure.
why it was left down there.
Yeah.
They didn't want to open up a can of worms, so they left it.
And
they
now
probably,
they have no choice because now they're just,
Right. They're like, oh, shit.
yeah, the bodies are just,
How did no one know?
right? I'm like,
Crazy.
okay. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting.
It's probably all those Trump supporters, those
The ultra magas?
Ultra magas, yeah.
The ultra magas.
Yeah.
I don't know why Biden, Psaki, and the White House are going with this ultra MAGA narrative. It's really stupid.
Yeah, it's these ultimate people who want the best for America. How horrible.
Ultimate people wanting America
Yeah,
great.
so anyways, Biden and Psaki are calling everyone who's a Republican ultra extremist, right-wing MAGA supporters, basically ultra MAGAs.
Chuck Schumer is doing it too.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
This new branding.
This new branding that we have. I'm not even a Republican, and I don't know. I feel personally attacked.
I think what's happening is they know they're so royally screwed for midterm elections, and they're trying just to remind everyone about how terrible Trump was.
That's gotta be it.
In hopes
Yeah.
that people don't vote with common sense, and people think back to but those ultra MAGAs.
I mean, I'm still reveling at the fact that Biden got in. Period. I mean, here, call me crazy, but the most safe, secure election in history. I think it was unbelievable then, but it would be even more unbelievable now if something didn't swing crazy towards the right.
Yeah,
Like people are seeing through this bullshit.
which is great.
So
The
yeah,
tide is turning.
the tide is turning. People are seeing through this madness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this woke mob that's attacking everyone.
People are missing job security, low gas, and mean tweets.
Crime is up like crazy. Yeah, inflation is destroying people's lives. People can't feed their children. We have
Babies are literally
yeah.
starving.
A supply shortage on everything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a problem. Gas is at a premium high.
Gas here is like
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah, people don't want to work. Millennials feel entitled, but that was always a thing.
Yeah. We're always participation trophy kids.
It's a
so.
crazy world, friends. It's a
Yes.
crazy world, but don't worry, we're here for you, and we'll navigate with you through this mess.
Absolutely.
This dystopian woke chaos.
We're just going to leave this show on a really dark note. Sorry, guys.
But seriously, how did you like this episode? The May Monthly Scoop. It was a doozy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Filled with all sorts of stories.
And laughter and
And not really laughter. It's filled with baby killing, gun violence.
Oh my God.
You know, the one spot of
Joy.
light and joy in this podcast was
Just remember
was Rich Strike.
Rich Strike.
Rich Strike winning the Derby.
We can be underdogs.
Yes.
And survive like Rich Strike. We're going in a tangent.
Let us know what you think. We have bi-weekly show uploads on Wednesdays.
Next one is going to be episode 12 on June 8th. We already alluded to what's going to be about.
It's going to be controversial. Be there, be square.
Controversial.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening this week's episode of the Strive Nation podcast with your hosts Cory, Estreen, and Taylor Huff.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strive Nation Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation is right side up for you guys. Have a good one.